So what is the number one worst thing you can possibly do when you're trying to do electrical diagnostics? The worst thing you can do is to start cutting wires. That is literally the worst thing. Look at this. Look at these crimps this guy uses on this. All these wires have been snipped and he has rejoined them, which is, these are like the worst kind of connectors you can use. Well, there's actually another one that you can do even worse than this, but look at this. Look at it, exposed wire underneath the connector. This can easily contact the frame, like maybe here or anywhere, maybe even like right here on this resistor, and it can burn something up. This is the worst thing you can do, is start just cutting wires. I see people do this all the time. It won't work, and they come in here and they're like, oh, where does this wire go? Let me just cut it. Look at this wire cut right here. Anytime you have a breach in a wire, there's potential for lack of continuity. And so instead of just twisting wires together and calling it a day, you need to put a real crimp on there. Look at this. If you see these kind of wire nuts used on equipment, this is always a sign of negligence and stupidity. You never ever use those. These are much better. These are much better. If you're going to connect wires, this is one of the best ways to do it. Female and male butt splicers, splicers, those are much better. Wire nuts have no use on equipment. They're not made for vibratory purposes, nor places where there's exposure to moisture, because then you just get a cobweb up inside of there, and that's not good. Look at this. Just take a look at this instrument panel here. Look at this. This is awful. And then the next worst thing you can do is start swapping colors. The wire is blue, and then you splice it up with a red wire, or it's black and you splice it with a green wire. Like, this almost deserves jail time. This kind of stuff here does. This is dumb. This is just absolute. And I see people do this all the time. I don't know what they be thinking. They just create a labyrinth of confusion, then bring it to the shop, and they're like, it won't work. I think it's just something simple, probably just one wire. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to cost you $100,000 if it's one wire, because you cut 100,000 wires with it. This is just absolute insanity. I don't even, look at this. Look at all these wires just hanging out of the dashboard, and they bring it in thinking they're going to spend $20. This makes no sense at all. I don't know what these men do. I think they come home, they pop open a Modella, they go out there and put on a wife beater shirt, and they come out here in the evening and just start cutting wires. I'm like, I'm gonna try to fix it on my day off. Like, no, you don't. Are you an electrician? Did you take an electrical class? Do you even know how electricity flows? I don't know what they be doing. I just don't understand why people try to take on things like this. This is an absolute nightmare. A technician's worst nightmare is someone who has come in here cutting wires. Mechanical problems like maybe you have an oil pump failure, or you have to rebuild an engine or put new rings or things like that in an engine. Those are pretty complex jobs, and they're incredibly expensive. But I'm going to tell you, electrical diagnostics is the toughest thing to possibly do. Like, I can't, look at this. I don't even know what's going on. This is not even the right key switch. I bet this key switch is probably wired wrong. And then sometimes key switches have, like, these little terminals are labeled, and you kind of know which one is which. If they're labeled, I can see a B on one. They're very hard to see. But still, I got to get over there and do some testing to see whether these wires have even been connected to the right connector. See, the thing is this, if you keep all the wires the right color, the same color as the factory, I can move over here and use a wiring diagram, because the wiring diagram literally tells you which color the wires are. This is a white wire, and this is a black wire, and this is a red wire. And so I can come in here and color match and gain some clarity. But this right here, this is an abomination. This is awful. It could take me a month to figure out what's wrong with this. How do I charge you for that? That's what I'm saying. I mean, the cost is astronomical. And in fact, we had a golf cart in here, and it took me about a month and a half, and it was because somebody had swapped just one wire. One wire was put on the forward and reverse where it should not have been put. And yeah, he had a whole bunch of wires that were cut, and I managed to get all of them right. But that one wire, I just overlooked it for a month. And then finally I figured it out. And so how do you charge a customer for that? You just have countless hours in that thing. Like, you could have almost just redesigned the whole thing. And it's not like you can even just order an entire new wiring harness for these golf carts. That's what people don't understand. if you can do that, I don't know how to do it. It's very hard for them to even just give you a whole new wiring harness. So it's just incredibly difficult. And this is literally the worst thing you can do. Look at all these wires. I don't even know what they were trying to do. Like, I just don't understand. I don't, look, come back here and look at this. This man got stereo cables coming out of the back. Like, what in the world? What in the actual world? I don't even know. I don't know what's going on. This is awful. And look, why is he over here taking this a loose? You can always tell when someone has absolutely no level of understanding of what they're doing. This is terrible. These kind of connectors are not outdoor connectors. They don't belong outside. These are not waterproof connectors. What in the world are you doing? I think he was all intent on getting some speakers in here. 2 speakers that are, I don't even know, man. I don't know. Listen, okay, well. And them light bars, man, something about people in them light bars. You're going to get a light bar on there. I don't know why they always think they need a light bar. This guy, I'm telling you, he wasn't very brilliant, even with a light bar. This is just awful. Look at this. Just an empty wire. An empty wire. Who knows what that was supposed to do? I think he was trying to gain 12 volts off 2 6-volt batteries. So I think that's probably what that is. And you always got to have the screwdriver stuck in the frame right there, because who knows what's going wrong next. Don't do this kind of stuff, guys. Just bring it to somebody who knows what they're doing. Just bring it to somebody who knows what you're doing. I could have fixed this golf cart in a couple of hours. It's going to take a month to fix this. This is ridiculous. How do I charge for all this? Hit subscribe. I'm just telling you, don't do this. Don't do this. It just costs you money. But hit subscribe if you want more videos like this. Or you don't have to hit subscribe. I don't care whether you do or don't.